Have you ever found yourself in a financial crisis? Dealing with unexpected expenses can be stressful, but what if there was a safety net to fall back on? Enter the concept of an emergency fund. This is not just any regular savings account, it's a lifeline, your financial parachute when life throws unexpected curveballs your way. Whether it's a sudden job loss, a medical emergency, or an unexpected home repair, an emergency fund equips you with the financial security to handle it all. It's like a safety deposit box, except it's filled with 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. This cushion is your fortress, your stronghold during tough times. By having an emergency fund, you're not just saving money, you're saving yourself from potential stress and financial instability. An emergency fund is not just a safety net, it's your peace of mind during a financial storm. Now, how do you decide how much to save in your emergency fund? It can seem daunting, but it's all about taking it one step at a time. First, let's start by assessing your monthly expenses. This includes everything from your rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and even those little indulgences like your morning coffee or streaming subscriptions. It's important to be comprehensive and honest in this assessment. After all, it's your financial well-being we're talking about. Once you've figured out your monthly expenses, multiply that by 3. This is the bare minimum you should aim to save in your emergency fund. However, for greater financial security, aim for 6 times your monthly expenses. This might sound like a lot, but remember, an emergency fund is your safety net in case of job loss or unforeseen expenses. Now that you have a target amount, it's time to set a timeline. How quickly you can reach your goal will depend on your income and your ability to save. If you're starting from scratch, it might take a while, but don't let that discourage you. Every little bit counts, and over time those savings will add up. To keep yourself motivated and on track, it's crucial to monitor your progress. There are many tools and apps available that can help you with this. They can visualize your savings growth, provide helpful reminders, and even offer tips to boost your savings. It's also a good idea to celebrate small victories along the way. Did you reach a quarter of your goal? Treat yourself to a small reward. This can keep the process enjoyable and motivate you to keep going. Setting a savings goal for your emergency fund is not just about the numbers, it's about creating a strategy for financial security and peace of mind. It's about knowing that whatever life throws at you, you're ready to handle it. So take a moment today to assess your expenses, set a savings goal, and start tracking your progress. It's one of the best financial decisions you can make. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish, so start planning today and turn that wish into a reality. Where does the money come from to fund this safety net? Well, let's dive into the art of cutting back on unnecessary expenses. It's often the first and perhaps the most challenging step in building your emergency fund. But remember, it's not about depriving yourself of all the things you love. It's about making smart financial choices. Start by taking a good, hard look at your monthly spendings. You'll likely find a few areas where you can trim the fat. Consider dining out less frequently, or cutting back on that daily latte. You'd be surprised how quickly the savings add up. Unused subscriptions are another common drain on resources. Whether it's a gym membership that you rarely use, or a streaming service that you've forgotten about, these little expenses can quickly add up to significant savings. Now here's the real magic. Once you've identified these areas to cut back, create a budget to keep track of your spending habits. It's like a roadmap to your financial goals. And don't just stop at cutting expenses. Reallocate the money you've saved directly into your emergency fund. This is a powerful way to accelerate the growth of your safety net. Think of it this way: every dollar you save is a dollar you don't have to earn. Building an emergency fund is a journey. It's about making small, consistent changes that lead to big results. So, start today and remember, every penny saved is a penny earned for your emergency fund. How can you make the savings process easier and more efficient? Well, one of the best ways to do this is by automating your savings. This method can significantly speed up the process of building your emergency fund. Imagine a scenario where you're trying to manually transfer money from your checking account to your savings account every month. It's easy to forget, or worse, decide to skip a month because you're tempted to spend the money elsewhere. But what if this process was automatic? You wouldn't have to remember to make the transfer, and you'd be less likely to skip a month because the money is moved before you have a chance to spend it. Now treat your savings like a recurring bill. You've got bills for utilities, rent, or mortgage, right? Why not create a bill for your savings? Set up an automatic transfer for the same day each month, just like any other bill. This way, you're paying yourself first, and it's a great strategy to ensure you're consistently contributing to your emergency fund. But don't stop there. If your employer offers a savings plan, take full advantage of it. These plans often include features like automatic deductions from your paycheck. This means you're saving without even thinking about it. It's a straightforward and effective way to grow your savings effortlessly. So remember, automate to accumulate. That's the secret to effortless saving. What if your current income doesn't allow for much saving? Well, you'll be glad to know that there are plenty of ways to supplement your income and make your emergency fund grow faster. Let's dive right into it. First, consider exploring side gigs. In today's gig economy, there's no shortage of opportunities to earn a little extra on the side. Perhaps you have a knack for graphic design, or you're a whiz at social media. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are teeming with potential clients looking for your skills. Or maybe you'd prefer something more hands-on, like dog walking or food delivery. Apps like Rover and Uber Eats can connect you with customers in your local area. Freelance work is another fantastic way to bring in additional income. Whether you're a talented writer, a skilled programmer, or a seasoned consultant, there's a market for your expertise. Freelancing allows for flexibility too. You can take on projects as your schedule allows, and you can work from anywhere with an internet connection. But what if you don't have the time or inclination for side gigs or freelance work? Well, there's still another option: selling unused items. Take a look around your home. That guitar collecting dust in the corner? Sell it. Those designer clothes you haven't worn in years? Sell them. Websites like eBay and Depop, or even a good old-fashioned yard sale, can turn your clutter into cash. Now, here's the key point to remember. Any extra income you earn should go directly into your emergency fund. It can be tempting to splurge with your newfound wealth, but remember, we're working towards a goal here. Your financial security is worth more than any temporary indulgence, so there you have it. Whether it's through side gigs, freelance work, or selling unused items, there are many ways to boost your income and build your emergency fund faster. Your skills and unused items can be your goldmine. Use them wisely. Where should you keep your emergency fund? This question is just as critical as building the fund itself. The right savings account can make a significant difference in your financial journey. Consider a high-yield savings account, for instance. Unlike regular savings accounts, these offer better interest rates, meaning your money grows even when you're not actively contributing. It's like a bonus for being financially savvy. But remember, emergencies don't come with a warning bell, so your funds must be easily accessible, or in finance terms, liquid. Having your money tied up when you need it most defeats the purpose of an emergency fund. Lastly, don't settle for the first offer you come across. Take the time to compare different banks and credit unions. The best savings account for your emergency fund might be with an institution you've never considered before. Your emergency fund deserves a home that helps it grow. So, choose wisely. So you see, building an emergency fund is not as daunting as it seems. It's all about understanding the nature of an emergency fund and recognizing its vital role in securing your financial future. By setting a realistic savings goal and cutting unnecessary expenses, you're already halfway there. Automating your savings can then significantly speed up the process and take the stress out of manual transfers. And don't forget, finding additional income sources like side gigs or selling unused items can give your emergency fund a real boost. Lastly, choosing the right savings account is crucial. Look for high-yield options that offer better interest rates but ensure liquidity for easy access to funds. It's time to take your financial security into your own hands. Start building your emergency fund today, because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video for more financial tips.